the screen? Is there any time you wish they did something?
Well, you know, the problem with the movies that I did, the 6 films of Star Trek that I did, the problem was they all made around $90 million. It was strange. Every film went up to $90 million and stopped. That was where the audience that was going to see an old television series in film stopped. So the studio figured, we'll make these pictures, these features, for $30 million. And then they usually spend about another 30, about the same amount. The rule of thumb is spend about as much on promotion and all that as you spend on the original budget. So 30 million, another 30, $60 million. So the studio was making about $30 million a picture. You know, not great, not 400 million going on to $1 billion, maybe these that J.J. Abrams movies are making. But, you know, $30 million on a continuous basis is, I guess, nothing to sneeze at. But everybody got more ambitious. So we made 6 films and wouldn't let us go over budget. $30 million, that was it, because they knew they were going to make 90. And then they thought, well, we'll put the
Next Gen.
Thank you. You're welcome. They'll put the Next Generation in, and because it's a big popular show, it'll make a lot of money. It never made more than 90 or $100 million. So then they stopped making those movies, and that was it, until JJ came along and broke the bank. I mean, it's fantastic. The franchise of Star Trek has a whole new lease because of J.J. Abrams. It's incredible that he's so talented that he's going to do the Star Wars franchise as well. And there's this fun idea that there's a competition between the two. Of course, there really isn't, but we make believe there is.
And
I mean, good science fiction is good. Hold on a second. I'm still talking. God, you're like a child who has a question. Listen to the answer. All right, what's your question?
I just want to know, I love the book, The Return, when you wrote The Return of Captain Kirk, which is a great book. Do you ever regret that you agreed to have Captain Kirk killed at the end of Star Trek?
That's an interesting question. Okay. What's his name, the producer of...
Rick Berman.
Yes, Rick Berman. God's sake. So the story I hear is that Rick said, we'll kill the captain and that'll be like good box office. So they said to me, we're going to kill the captain. And I said, what? And they said, box office. Okay, so are you going to do it or are you not going to do it? So Leonard said, no, I'm not going to be in that movie. Did you know that? Mm-hmm. How did you know that?
A long time ago, the Sci-Fi Channel used to have a show called the Galactic Trader, and they had the writer who wrote the book version of Star Trek Generations, and he talked about how in the script there were lines of Spock and the whole original crew. And when it came time to film the movie, Nichelle Nichols backed out, Leonard Nimoy backed out, DeForest Kelley was sick, and he couldn't film, and it was down to the 3, Chekhov, you, and Scotty. And so the book came out. Sure. The book came out with Spock interacting with you. He says, well, we went to press, and they changed the script on me. And that's how he...
If I had known, I'd have asked for more money. Where the hell were you? All I know is when Rick Berman said, you want to be a part of it or not, and everybody else backed out, I said, of course. But if I hadn't done that, then they wouldn't have kept the character alive anyway. And so that I guess that's part of the problem. I mean, Leonard was in the first movie, and because they went back in time, and I tweeted about Leonard's performance. You know you're old when you go back in time and you're still old. So Yes, I regret. I wrote these books on Captain Kirk. There's, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 books about how I thought what would happen to Captain Kirk had he not died. And indeed, he does get married. And indeed, he loses his wife. And then, indeed, his child is killed. And he has to go back and he has to rescue. And there's a lot of emotional stuff in the books that I thought was the key to telling the story of Star Trek. So not only is it science fiction, but the characters have a life that you follow, and it becomes like a neighbor. You think, oh my gosh, did that happen to him too?
Thank you very much.
I've seen almost every movie you've been in, like all of them.
Wait a minute, start again.
I've seen almost every movie you've ever been in. Like,
Really?
Beyond
I haven't seen every movie.
I wanted to know, what movie have you done that you like regret the most?
That I regret the most?
Yeah.
Oh, the list is endless. You know, for people in Philadelphia thinking about actors in Los Angeles or wherever they may, it's glamorous. It's all limousines and private planes and caviar. But it really isn't, you know. We worry about the same things you worry about. And I'm writing a book right now. The working title is Hire Yourself, which is taking the subject of people over 55 who are unemployed longer. There are not as many unemployed, about 7%, but they're unemployed longer because they're older, for whatever reasons that is, and they need more for their purposes. So they're unemployed longer. And one of the solutions to being unemployed after the age of 55, in my opinion, is hire yourself. Get your skills and go into business for yourself, which is what the book is about. And the foreword that I've written already talks about an actor being unemployed every time a job is over. So every time the movie is over, the series is over, the one shot on a television show is over, you're unemployed. And every actor, whether it's Tom Cruise or somebody just coming in, it's, will I ever work again? And in Tom Cruise's case, it's very valid. No, I'm joking. No, that'll get back, and that'll be Twittered, and okay. So, but the point is that every actor coming up, when they start and they get a job, they think, oh my gosh, I got a job. What's the next one? And that mental attitude of being unemployed every time you're finished a job is there for every actor, no matter how popular and powerful they may be. So the foreword I've written about people over 55 being unemployed, the emotion of being unemployed is no stranger to me, because even though I've worked a lot, and even though I've created a lot of my own stuff, the idea is I got to go in and sell that. I got to go in and sell the book. I got that. Will that new record be popular? Will there be people in line that I can sign? Will I fill the auditorium? Will people come and see? It's always there. So frequently you take jobs that pay money that will pay the rent, because you don't know what's coming up next. There are young guys or young actors and actresses who, you know, I'm not going to do that because it's beneath me. I don't understand that. I'm as much a working stiff as anybody else in the auditorium. My job is to entertain you, and any opportunity I get, I want to take that opportunity. And so, although yes, I wish I hadn't made some bad movies, on the other hand, my children went to university and I was able to pay the rent. Thank you very much, everybody.